Hi guys! So yes, WWE Crown Jewel has just finished here in the UK. Had a nice early start time of 5 p.m. Not the usual nonsense of 1 in the morning if it's on in America, no, an early time zone here with the being in the UK. So yes, it's just finished now. It's only 10 to 9 here. So woohoo! Nice early time to finish the pay-per-view. So yes, Crown Jewel has just finished, and for the most part, really good show. A few things here and there which I'm a bit on, but for the most part, really good show, and another very solid show to Triple H, and a very solid show back in Saudi Arabia. So yes, I have 8 matches to talk about. So yes, let's quickly get to it. So the pre-show match I didn't watch, sadly, because I was out. So, but yeah, Sami Zayn beat JD McDonough in a 10-minute match. I didn't watch it, but yeah, he won. So then on to the main show. So yes, to kick off Crown Jewel, we had Seth freaking Rollins defending his belt, going up against Drew McIntyre. Hey! Yes, defending his World Heavyweight Championship. Really good match. I think we all knew that it would be Seth and Drew. These two were going to have a great match together. Yes, it went on for about 18 minutes, and I really, really enjoyed it. You know, it was both men, it was very even for a lot of the match. Even though Seth was really selling a lot of his back, and then about the second half of the match, Drew started to kind of dominate, and Seth was like just not giving in. I think Seth hits a curb stomp. Drew kicks out. And then Drew out of nowhere, boom, hits a Claymore. 1, 2, just a very close kick out. And then towards the end, Drew's got like he's going to hit another Claymore. Seth counters, curb stomp, 1, 2, 3. And Seth Rollins retains. A bit disappointed because I was really hoping Drew would win this match. Seth's had a good reign now. He's had several pay-per-view defenses. I thought, give this to Drew. He really good. He just needs his moment in front of the crowd, for God's sake. He's had several losses this year to Gunther. Just give him this win against Seth, and they couldn't do it. But I guess what they're doing is they're still painting the story like Drew just keeps losing and it's part of a storyline, and he was backstage looking all pissed off and gutted, and Rhea Ripley's looking at him like that. So maybe they're teasing something with Drew and Rhea heading into Survivor Series. We'll see. Is this big heel turn going to come for Drew? But yeah, I wanted Drew to win this, man. But nope, Seth continues his title reign. Damian Priest comes out, looks like he's about to cash in, and then Sami Zayn just steals the briefcase and runs away. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, very good match to kick off the show. But Drew should have won. Then we got a fatal 5-way match for the Women's World Championship. This we got Rhea Ripley defending her belt, going up against Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark. It was fine. It was about 11 minutes, and it was fine. It was a fun 5-woman fatal 5-way match. All 5 women got time to shine. Nia Jax hit some big power moves. Raquel Rodriguez hit some big power moves. Rhea and Raquel had some cool stare downs, of course, back from their their payback, continuing that feud. And Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark had some really cool spits too, like some of the submission spots. And then towards the end, the finish of the match was a bit botchy. So basically, Rhea Ripley performs a Riptide on Zoe Stark on top of Raquel Rodriguez and Shayna Baszler. Even though Raquel Rodriguez was like in the pin position, but whatever. And yes, and then Rhea pinned Shayna Baszler to retain. So yes, I'm really glad Shayna Baszler beat Ronda Rousey at SummerSlam, because that win did a lot for her, didn't it? But anyway, yes, they're continuing Ronda Rousey. Cool. They're continuing Rhea Ripley's title reign, as of course everyone knew they will. She was the favourite for this match, and yes, it was a fun match. Nothing amazing, but it was a fun, fine match, definitely. And then we got John Cena going up against Solo Sikoa. Yes. And this was fine. It was a decent 16-minute match. Solo kind of dominated most of it, as we think we know he would, because obviously they're portraying like this John Cena now. This is John Cena several years past his prime, coming towards the end of his career. He's waiting for his first singles pay-per-view win since 2018 when he beat Triple H at the Greatest Royal Rumble back in 2018. Oh my God. So, and yeah, even though John Cena did hit his moves, he hit like the 5-knuckle shuffle. He tried to go for an AA a few times, but he never could quite hit it. And Solo Sikoa kept going for the spike, but he couldn't get it on John because John kept targeting Solo Sikoa's thumb. But then towards the end of the match, Solo Sikoa just keeps dominating and beating down John over and over again. He hits him with a spike, but he doesn't pin him. Gets him up, another spike, gets him up, another spike. He just starts beating John Cena down. And I think when John Cena's down, Solo just goes, and just keeps whacking John. 1, 2, 3. Bloody hell. A very dominant win over John Cena for Solo Sikoa. I mean, credit to Solo Sikoa. It's a clean win over John Cena. The last person to beat John Cena clean, I think, was Roman Reigns at SummerSlam 2.5 years ago. So it's a big rub for Solo Sikoa, and it does make sense. John Cena's putting over the new stars, as he leaves, because John Cena's coming towards the end of his career, and that's what he's doing. He's giving back to the business now by putting over the new stars, and Solo Sikoa is definitely one of those guys. And he's just got a big win over John Cena. So it's a big rub from John Cena, and I assume he's going to leave now, probably not come back till maybe WrestleMania. And they did tease like this might be John Cena's his retirement's looming. Ooh, but this won't be his final match. Definitely not. John Cena's definitely going to retire. He deserves to retire at WrestleMania. Maybe WrestleMania 40 is his retirement match. We'll see. Or maybe he goes up against Gunther. Oh, that's could be John Cena's retirement match. He goes up against Gunther at WrestleMania. And because John Cena's never won the IC belt, has he? Oh, it's a good idea then. Yeah, okay. I'm booking for WrestleMania 40. Okay. But yes, Solo Sikoa wins. The next up we got was a singles match for the United States Championship. Yes, we got Logan Paul going up against Rey Mysterio. Yes, Rey Mysterio defending his belt. What was that noise? And this probably was match of the night in terms of technical wrestling and high flying moves, and Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio spots together, how well they work together and gelled together in the ring. I'd say this definitely was match of the night. This was very even to begin with. Logan and Rey, obviously you could tell they've rehearsed the match a lot to get the spots right, and it was really, really good. There was one really scary spot there where Rey Mysterio did a backflip, and Logan caught him just in time before Rey's head, boom, would hit the canvas and could potentially do some very serious neck damage. But Logan caught him in time, so kudos to Logan for that, because that could have seriously injured Rey. But it was a really fun match. Rey Mysterio in his late 40s can still have an amazing match with anyone. What a legend, man. And Logan Paul looked great, as he usually always does. Then towards the end of the match, sadly, Logan gets given the brass knucks again. So they're going for the same finish as the Ricochet match. But then he drops them, and Santos Escobar comes in and chases Logan Paul's manager away. But then he puts the brass knucks on the edge of the ring. And then so when Logan's in position for a 619, he grabs it. So then when Rey goes for 619, he hits it. But then when he goes for the jump with the brass knucks, Logan, boom, whacks Rey. 1, 2, 3. And United States champion Logan Paul. Yes, he wins his first belt in the company. We knew it was coming. I don't know why I picked Rey, because I thought Ricochet would get involved, but Ricochet was nowhere to be seen. So yes, I should have gone on my gut and gone for Logan, because I think it was very obvious he was going to win. So yes, Logan Paul has won his first belt in the company, the United States Championship. And yeah, it was a dirty win with the brass knucks again. Not too happy with that finish, because that's the same way he beat Ricochet at SummerSlam, with the dirty finish with the brass knuckles. But it is what it is. I think Logan Paul's going to have a pretty decent reign as United States champion. I think he's going to have a few defenses at the very least before he drops it. I think he'll be at SummerSlam. I think he'll be at Survivor Series and the Rumble, definitely. Maybe he holds it all the way to WrestleMania and then drops it there. We'll see. But yeah, I don't think it was a bad call. I think Logan Paul, and I can just see him now on Impulsive next week going, yeah, guys, with the US belt. So yeah. And maybe Rey Mysterio will get a rematch at Survivor Series. We'll see. The next up we got was a singles match for the Women's Championship. Yes, we got Io Sky defending her belt, going up against Bianca Belair. She is on her own. And this match was fine. It was 16.5 minutes, but I don't know, it just, I was watching it, and I was like, it's a fine match, but I'm not really getting wowed by anything. It didn't help that the Saudi crowd were completely dead for this match. They didn't hardly pop for anything, and I think when the crowd's completely dead and not giving the wrestlers anything, the match just does suffer, in my opinion. And yeah, Bianca and Io, they tried, and it was a fine match. It wasn't bad by any means, but I was watching it, and I was just like, it's just a match, isn't it? I couldn't really recall any big spots, and then towards the end, Bayley looks like she's up to her old shenanigans. And then Kairi Sane comes out, a returning Kairi Sane. Wow, oh my God, Kairi Sane's back. The crowd, they were just like crickets. Wow, casual Saudi crowd, terrible. And yeah, Kairi Sane comes out and she causes via distraction. She allows Io Sky to beat Bianca to retain the belt. So another defense for Io Sky where she needs help to retain. She's the bloody female Roman Reigns now, where she just needs help to retain. It's getting old, and that's Io Sky. I don't know. I like Io Sky, man. I'm happy Kairi Sane's back too. Bayley was like, oh no, I've been replaced. So we'll see where this leads heading into Survivor Series. Yeah, I'm happy to see Kairi Sane back, and I think she's a really good. She was a boss wrestler. It sucks when she got released or she left a few years ago, but happy to see her back with Io Sky. But I'm not happy with the interference finish again. So yeah, but we'll see where this leads heading into Survivor Series. Then we got Cody Rhodes going up against Damian Priest in a match which I just wasn't that bothered about. You could have just left this for Raw, but I know you've got to give Cody his pay-per-view match because I guess he's got to have his match, and it was fine. So it was an 11-minute match, but it was just nothing special. This basically was just a Raw match, but left for the pay-per-view, and it was fine. Cody just hits his moves, and Damian just gets some offense in every now and then. But then towards the end, Cody just hits a bunch of crossroads, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and Damian Priest gets beat. Yeah, with that, and he doesn't even have his briefcase. So yeah, and Callum mentioned this in the wrestling chat. You're meant to be building Damian Priest. He's missed the Money in the Bank, and all he seems to do recently is lose. And now he doesn't even have his briefcase because Sami Zayn nicked it off him. So when Damian Priest does eventually cash in, if he does win the belt, it's just, I don't know. It's like they're not building him as a credible challenger. Like he just got beat by Cody in 10 minutes. This guy's, if you're going to be pushing him as a world champion, he needs to be making him look a bit better than that. But anyway, we'll see what happens with Damian Priest, even if he does cash in. But we've got to have a successful cash in with Damian Priest. We can't have another failed cash in because the men's cash ins the last few years have been rubbish. So yeah. Anyway, the brand thing with Damian Priest over. Then we got the main event. Yes, we got a singles match for the undisputed Universal Championship. Yes, we got Roman Reigns, the head of the table, the tribal chief, defending his belt with Paul Heyman, going up against LA Knight. Yeah. And a really good match. For 20 minutes, really good match. However, it did follow the very formulaic Roman format, which we've seen now for 3 years. Basically, he dominates the... LA Knight got a bit of offense to begin with, but then Roman just starts dominating for like half the match, and he's like doing all that around the ring and taunting the crowd, going, "This is it, this is the best you've got." And then he starts taunting LA Knight, but the LA Knight comes off with a bit of offense back in, becomes a bit more even. So it's basically Roman's last 10 defenses. You've seen it now. LA Knight gets a bit more offense in. The crowd were going crazy for the LA Knight, man, and as they should. There were yes signs. They were going, yeah. I love it, man. The crowd were going crazy for LA Knight. Roman hits a spear at one point. LA Knight kicks out, like, yes, come on, LA Knight. So they're making him look strong. You know, he kicks out of at least one spear. But then the match it becomes like every other Roman Reigns match. They never learn, do they? Even I'm getting bored of this now. So yes, LA Knight hits a BTS on Roman. Oh my God, he's going to win. No, he isn't, because yeah, Jimmy Uso puts Roman's leg on the rope. It's just, so bored. I'm so bored of this now, man. Roman needing help to retain. It's getting so boring. 3 years of this now, of Roman Reigns needing help to retain. Oh God, man, I could probably put the number of defenses on my fucking hand. How many defenses he's won clean. He's had, this is what, his 30th title defense now on pay-per-view, I think, or whatever. And only a handful he's probably won clean. It's getting so boring, man. See, I'm not happy. But we all knew it was going to happen. Why am I getting so pissed off? We all knew Roman Reigns was going to retain, but anyway, yeah. LA Knight's pissed. Then Roman gets back on top. He spears LA Knight through the barricade. After he's dealt with Jimmy Uso, he puts him through the table. He gets speared through the barricade. He throws LA Knight back in the ring. Boom! Another spear. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns retains. Yay! Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we all knew LA Knight wasn't going to win, but I thought they were going to do something a bit more imaginative than Roman needing help to retain again. Like I said, the last pay-per-view match he won clean, and I said this in the prediction video, was KO at the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble was 10 months ago. God, man. Yeah, because Cody, he needed help. Jay at SummerSlam, he needed help. And now LA Knight here. LA Knight had the match won. And I've seen the replay. The ref counted to 3. It was very close before Jimmy was late. He put Roman's foot on the rope. So I don't care. LA Knight won. He's the uncrowned champion. He got robbed. Just like Francis Ngannou got robbed last week. Let's not go there. So yeah, Roman Reigns retains. Lol. But we all know what's coming. We all know. Cody Rhodes will be the one that dethrones Roman. It's so obvious now. He will be the one that dethrones Roman at WrestleMania 40. It's going to finish the story eventually. He'll get his big rematch. Gutted for LA Knight, but he made a good account of himself. That's all that matters. You know, he gave Roman a hard-fought 20-minute match, and he had the match won. Where does LA Knight go from here? He'll probably be in the War Games match, maybe. We'll see, for Survivor Series, and then I think he may be a strong contender for the Royal Rumble. I think LA Knight definitely, this isn't the end of his push. He'll definitely get a big push heading into next year. Maybe, just maybe, if he wins the Rumble, he'll challenge Seth, if Seth's still World Heavyweight Champion early next year. Maybe it's LA Knight and Seth at WrestleMania 40. I'll be down for that. So anyway, yeah. So that was Crown Jewel. For the most part, really good show. Only things I didn't like, Drew not winning again, but if it's leading to something like a heel turn, fair enough. The Fatal 5-Way Women's match was fine. Solo Sikoa squashing John Cena. Okay. Logan Paul winning the US belt. Io Sky and Bianca Belair was fine, but then her needing help to retain at the end was again, and the dead crowd didn't help. Cody Rhodes and Damian Priest was fine. And Roman Reigns and LA Knight, very solid match until the end where Roman needs help to retain. Again, lol. So yeah, it was a fine show. Nothing amazing on this card, really. Nothing amazing. But yeah, I think the matches of the night definitely were Logan Paul and Ray, Seth and Drew, and Roman and LA Knight were very good. Everything else was just good to okay. So yeah, and we also got a really stupid segment with The Miz, Grayson Waller, and some Saudi Arabian celebrity comedian. It went on for like 10 minutes. You could have got rid of that and added a few extra minutes to some more matches. Anyway, so yeah, that's Crown Jewel. Yes, so we are now heading towards the end of WWE for this year. We have got one more pay-per-view left. We have got Survivor Series in several weeks' time in Chicago. Look in my eyes, what do you see? The cult of personality. I'll leave that there. So yeah, guys, what were your thoughts on Crown Jewel? Comment below. And I will see you all very soon. Bye. Yeah.